Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Hippie Healing TV. This episode's all about what to do when you fall off the wagon, how to get back on. It happens to all of us at some point. We fall off the wagon. And I fell off the wagon just recently, pretty hard, and I got back on, and it's kind of simulated a few steps on how to do it, and I figured I'd share that with all of you guys. So I went on this low-fat diet. I've been on it probably about a year now, and I go on and off, but for the most part I've been eating really low fat, and I had a good stint of eating really low fat for a while, and I was feeling really good. But then I got a new job, which made me really busy, and I wasn't able to cook my own food. A few expenses, which kind of limited my funds of having fresh fruit available all the time. And through like a series of unfortunate events, I guess, or just events, I ended up eating a really high-fat diet again. It's still vegan, which is great, which is better than last year because I just went vegan at the beginning of the year in January. So it's better than last year when, if I fell off the wagon, it would be into animal products because that is really bad. But I've been keeping it vegan, which is great. So, if you're going to fall off the wagon, try to keep it vegan. There are plenty of vegan versions of everything that you could eat. I've made quesadillas and grilled cheese sandwiches and wraps. There's just mayo for the mayonnaise and chow cheese for the cheese, daya for my melted quesadillas. I've eaten pizza and meatballs and burgers, but all vegan. All very high in fat, but all vegan, and I've been loving it. I'm really not feeling guilty about it as I would be if I was eating all of that in real cheese, butter, and animal products, but I'm slightly guilty about it, but not as guilty as I would be because it's still vegan, which is great. But it mostly happened because I would wake up and I would be busy doing something, I'd have to get ready for work, and I would realize after a certain amount of time that I haven't eaten yet. It's almost noon and I haven't eaten yet. And when you are that hungry and you're undercarbed, your inhibitions go way down. Your judgment level is just shot, and you'll eat almost anything. Even more than just eating almost anything if it's available and prepared for you, but you'll start craving dense calorie foods. For me, it was like peanut butter or Earth Balance spread on a piece of toast. I would just make a little toast of a piece of toast, or make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, because the Earth Balance, the margarine, the fake butter, it's just a thick amount of oil, and a tablespoon smeared onto a piece of bread. That's a decent amount of calories, and my body just needed the calories. What I should have done was eaten a bunch of fresh fruit early in the morning. If I didn't have the fruit available, I have oatmeal, something along those lines, a whole grain, something more natural, something that's lighter in calories but more in volume, which for the most part is the carbohydrate, low-fat diet that I'm eating. And I would find myself having a really hard time getting back into eating low fat. I'd be like, okay, I ate really fat today, really high in fat today. I'm gonna do better. I'll do better tomorrow. And then kind of maybe the same thing would happen tomorrow, and I wouldn't end up making my smoothie. It would be really late in the day, and I'm like in the process of making the smoothie, and all of a sudden I get smacked with this hunger craving, this low judgment. Like, I'm not really too caring about it. I'm not going to think it over too hard. I'm like literally in the middle of making a smoothie, but I get struck with this craving hunger, and I have to go make a piece of toast, and I go make a piece of toast with a lot of butter on it, and I eat that before I drink my smoothie, which obviously isn't very good for proper digestion. But if I had made that smoothie before I got hungry, not like while I was hungry, it's not like I realized, oh, I'm hungry right now, I'm going to start making myself a smoothie, because at the point when you've realized you're hungry, you just want to eat something. A monkey in the wild, they might have to go search for the food, but when they find the food, that they just eat it. They don't have to spend time cooking it. They just pick the banana and eat it, pick a bunch of greens and just eat it. Obviously, we like to prepare a little bit. I could just have eaten a mono meal, but I just had juice and frozen berries, so I had to make a smoothie. But just the whole process of me making a smoothie, which really only takes a few minutes, still, I got struck with hunger. I started to make something healthy. I tried to make a healthy option. And in the process of me being hungry and trying to make myself something healthy to eat, I ended up eating something that I shouldn't have, something that wasn't necessarily on my diet, something that continually propelled me down this off the wagon track that I was on. The next day would be hard, and even later that day I'd be like, oh, well, I'll just eat a I'm gonna make this awesome dinner tonight. That's what I'd say. I mean, I'm gonna make this awesome dinner tonight. And then before I even started making dinner, just a little while later, because a lot of times when you're eating high-fat foods, you get a good amount of calories and you feel satisfied for a moment, but then your stomach realizes that it doesn't have that much volume in it, and you're hungry again really soon afterwards. So I go and I'll make like a sandwich with a bunch of mayonnaise on it. Like Just Mayo is a really good vegan mayonnaise. You know, with maybe like a tofurkey, a bunch of veggies and all of that too, because that's what I like on my sandwiches. But still, like all of that mayo is not helping with my, just however much it is, what, like a tablespoon or a little more on the bread. That's a lot of calories compared to the small amount of calories that are in the bread, the lettuce, the tomato, and all of these other things. Even the tofurkey, probably a good amount of calories, but high in fat. The mayo is all fat. So that sandwich, while it seems like generally healthy, really it's keeping me on this off the wagon track that I'm on. Alright, now that I've described to you how to fall off the wagon, let me help you get back on. So one thing is to determine what exactly your weaknesses are. For me, it's the high-fat food, but a good way, it's the high-fat food. That's what I fell off the wagon on. There's a few different ways that you can do it. You can just try to start adding in the really good foods. If you have the time or the money, you can make yourself some super awesome healthy meals. There are some like really awesome healthy meals out there that might take like a little bit longer in the kitchen or a little bit more money out of your wallet to get the ingredients. So say you've been eating really bad every morning. Like you wake up with a bad start. You're eating high fat or salt or whatever your vice is right away. If you have a smoothie waiting for you in the refrigerator, maybe not blended because obviously it oxidizes overnight. Maybe not obviously, but it will oxidize overnight, which is not necessarily a bad thing. If you know you have to wake up and go right to work, make yourself a smoothie the night before, put it in a jar filled to the top so that there's very little air inside the jar, and seal it tight. Leave it in your refrigerator, in the coldest part of your refrigerator, and then in the morning it's great. It really hasn't lost too much flavor and nutrition. And that's a really great way to already have your healthy meal made and get out and go without having to worry about it or having to stop somewhere on your way to work and pick up something that you shouldn't be eating in the first place, that you don't really want to be eating. But say the smoothie just sounds really boring to you because you've been eating French toast and pancakes or something like that for a while. Make the smoothie really special. Go to the special part of the grocery store and get some exotic tropical fruit or something that you're not really used to in your smoothie, something that tastes really good that you can splurge on. Some guavas and pineapples, some coconut, you know, make it really delicious. And that'll help you get back on track because it'll taste so good, but it'll be all healthy. It'll be free of the vice that you've been stuck to. Another way to transition back into eating healthfully is by eating something that might feel guilty to you, but is actually healthy. Obviously, wouldn't we want to eat that for every meal? But I mean this by, I went out to eat for a few times to help me get back on the wagon. I can go to my local Thai spot, get vegetables and rice cooked up with low oil and low sodium. That's a healthy, low-fat vegan meal right there with whole foods. I get brown rice instead of white rice. It's so good. But because it's a restaurant and they're really good at cooking food, especially certain ethnic foods that can make healthy food taste really good because that's the way they've been doing it forever now. It's a great way to get, if you're not good at making food yourself, and I'm not very good at making Thai food or Indian food yet, even though I'm learning. So I went out to the Thai restaurant and I got Thai food 2 days in a row. Two meals in a row, 2 nights. And it was so good, and I was able to eat a huge dish of rice and veggies and feel almost as if I was still eating my guilty pleasure foods. Don't get me wrong, it is low salt and low oil, so they probably are still using a little bit, but not too much, and it really did make a huge difference to me. And now today I'm eating just plain rice. It took me about 2 days. It was probably a week or a little over a week of just eating whatever I wanted, and okay, it was probably like 2.5 weeks of eating just whatever I wanted. And I could see it in my energy level, in my brain fog, in my little bit of belly that came back just because I wasn't caring about what I was eating. You know, the fat you eat is the fat you wear. Not to a crazy extent, but definitely for me in this past week and a half, like I can eat so much food if it's low fat and wake up in the morning and feel even leaner. But these past few weeks I've been eating just whatever I wanted, which was really high in fat, and it made a huge difference. It made a huge difference in just a short amount of time. I'm not worried about it because I know that if I get back on this way of eating this high carb, low fat vegan lifestyle that I like, the weight will just drop off and I will just look great again. And I'm not like stressed out about it, but it's really interesting to be able to see the difference and to actually notice yourself changing based on what you're eating from like a week to week basis. It's mind opening when you can see it like that yourself. So basically, I just described getting back on the wagon by adding in really delicious whole foods, healthy foods to your already really delicious high fat, not healthy food lifestyle. Just adding it in, taking a few days to ease your way into eating the way you prefer to eat. That's what I did this time, and it's great. But another really great way to kickstart yourself into eating healthy again is by going on a cleanse. And I'm not about fasting and calorie restricting unless it's extremely necessary, but cleansing by eating enough calories but maybe a mono meal. Like go on Banana Island all day, eat one piece of fruit for the entire day, or just eat mono meals throughout the day. Bananas for breakfast, or a peach smoothie for lunch, and then just some rice, or make it a little bit more if you want, a rice with a veggie, just one type of veggie. So you can really just taste the simple flavors. And maybe that day might not be so exciting to you because it's a quick transition, but you know you're cleansing. So that's what that day is all about, cleansing. And then the very next day when you go back to eating your low-fat recipes that have maybe a little bit more complexity to it, a strawberry banana smoothie with some almond milk is so much more than just a banana. And to you, it might taste so much better now after eating a day of mono meals the day before. It tastes so much better now than it would have if you didn't eat those mono meals the day before and you just went from eating French toast to having a smoothie the next day. Well, it still sounds really good to me because a strawberry banana smoothie sounds great. If it's something that you don't really want to do, drink the smoothie in the morning, like you know you want to do it, but a part of you is like, oh, I just don't, it's not appetizing me, it's not making my mouth salivate. Do a cleanse day. Do a nice cleanse day, and the next day that simple smoothie, strawberry banana, or whatever it is that you're eating will taste so much better because you decluttered for a whole day your palate, your taste buds. So it's a really good way to get back onto the wagon, is to declutter your taste buds and to just kind of start over and try to start eating simple again. Less ingredients, less salt, less fat. I have another video about that. The link is in the description. The last way, and this way you can use both if you're gonna add in healthy foods or if you're gonna do a little cleanse to help you get back on the wagon. This is great for both of those because it has nothing to do with what you're eating. But just get inspired. Whatever inspires you. I like to watch YouTube videos of other people on this diet, people eating really healthy foods and really enjoying it, seeing the recipes that they make, getting inspired by the food, getting inspired by the physique, because I really enjoy being lean. I wanted my whole life to be lean and to have a flat stomach, and after eating this diet I've been able to achieve that. It's something that I've cared about my whole life. Now I don't care as much, but it helps to motivate me to get that back. So just motivate yourself with whatever it is, go online, educate yourself. Maybe you fell off the wagon and stopped eating vegan foods. Then you gotta inspire yourself. Watch Earthlings, watch Cowspiracy, watch Forks Over Knives, go on, watch more YouTube videos. You know, just inspire yourself to get back into it. Because there's a reason that you were into it in the first place. So just go back to your roots, find some people. It's really good to get a community going. Find some groups on Facebook. I love social media for this. And just ask questions, make friends, be inspired, surround yourself with the lifestyle, and it will be hard to forget about it. It will be hard to move past it for too long. Well, I hope this video helps. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it helps you get back on the wagon and helps you not fall off too hard when you do. Or not stress out about it if it happens, because there's no reason to stress. You just get yourself inspired, try a few different things, see what works, and you'll get back on it. It's not a big deal. So just let me know about your experiences with falling off the wagon. Does it happen to you often? Is it normally around one particular trigger or a particular food that you end up binging on incredibly? Maybe it's a person that comes around into your life that kind of makes you eat the way that they eat. Let me know in the comments below. Or maybe if you have any more tips, tricks, or questions, let me know below. Subscribe, like, comment, share, all that good stuff. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.